Ethiopian Airlines stands as a model of success in the African aviation industry. As Africa's largest and most profitable airline, it has consistently outpaced its competitors and carved out a significant position on the global stage. However, in an industry as dynamic and challenging as the aviation industry, it is fair to wonder if Ethiopian Airlines is still as dominant as it once was. We will dive into a detailed analysis of its strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats to understand the airline's current standing and future prospects. It will help us highlight the factors that have contributed to the airline's success, but also identify areas of vulnerability and potential growth. Let's start. Ethiopian Airlines has consistently maintained its position as the leading airline in Africa, a status it has held for several years. It has been awarded the prestigious Best Airline in Africa by various international aviation bodies, including Skytrax. Ethiopian Airlines serves over 127 international destinations across 5 continents, making it the most connected airline in Africa. This extensive network not only enhances the airline's brand visibility, but also contributes to its revenue generation capabilities, positioning it as the preferred carrier for both passengers and cargo within and outside Africa. Another key strength of Ethiopian Airlines is its diversified revenue base. Unlike many airlines that rely primarily on passenger services, Ethiopian Airlines has successfully expanded into several other revenue-generating operations. During the 2021-22 fiscal year, cargo services accounted for approximately 40% of the airline's total revenue. The airline's cargo division, Ethiopian Cargo, is the largest in Africa, boasting a modern fleet of dedicated freighter aircraft. During the pandemic, while many airlines were struggling due to decreased passenger demand, Ethiopian Airlines leveraged its strong cargo operations to not only stay afloat but also to maintain profitability. The Ethiopian Aviation Academy, which is the largest and most advanced in Africa, plays a crucial role in generating additional revenue. This institution trains thousands of aviation professionals annually, not only for Ethiopian Airlines, but also for other airlines across the continent, thereby establishing itself as a critical player in the broader African aviation industry. Ethiopian Airlines' ability to maintain profitability during global crises is a testament to its operational resilience. In the 2021 fiscal year, while many global airlines reported substantial losses, Ethiopian Airlines achieved a net profit of $937 million. This remarkable performance can be attributed to several strategic initiatives. First, the airline quickly pivoted to focus on cargo services, which became a lifeline during the pandemic when passenger travel plummeted. Additionally, Ethiopian Airlines' effective cost management strategies, which included renegotiating contracts and optimizing fuel efficiency, also contributed significantly to its bottom line. Furthermore, Ethiopian Airlines' fleet management strategy, which involves operating a modern and fuel-efficient fleet, has helped in reducing operating costs. One of the most significant weaknesses of Ethiopian Airlines is its heavy reliance on cargo operations. While the pivot to cargo services was a smart strategic move during the pandemic, it also exposed a potential vulnerability. Any downturn in global trade or disruptions in supply chains could severely impact cargo operations, making staying profitable a challenge. The airlines is a state-owned enterprise, which means it relies heavily on government support for its operations and expansion. While this can be advantageous, it also poses a risk. Changes in government policy, political instability or shifts in government priorities could lead to reduced financial support or intervention in the airline's strategic decisions. This dependence limits the airline's flexibility and autonomy, potentially hindering its ability to respond quickly to market changes or pursue aggressive growth strategies. Ethiopian Airlines operates in a region characterized by significant geopolitical risks, which pose a substantial threat to its operations. Although Ethiopian Airlines has made significant investments in modernizing its fleet, a portion of its aircraft are still aging. This leads to higher maintenance costs and potential operational inefficiencies. Older aircrafts are more prone to breakdowns and require more frequent maintenance, which can lead to increased downtime and higher operating expenses. Additionally, an aging fleet may not offer the same level of comfort, fuel efficiency, or technological advancements as newer models, which could negatively impact passenger satisfaction and competitiveness. Ethiopian Airlines is strategically positioned to expand its international route network and to boost its presence in key global hubs such as Washington, D.C., London, and Beijing, a move that can significantly enhance its global presence and revenue base. By entering new international markets, Ethiopian Airlines can diversify its revenue streams, reducing its dependency on specific regions and mitigating the risks associated with geopolitical instability in Africa. Another significant opportunity for Ethiopian Airlines lies in its ongoing investment in technology and infrastructure. The airline has already made substantial strides in this area, such as upgrading its global hub. This hub, which is one of the fastest growing in Africa, serves as a critical connection point for flights across the continent and to other parts of the world. In the 2021-2022 fiscal year, Ethiopian Airlines invested in expanding the airport's capacity with a passenger terminal capable of handling up to 22 million passengers annually. Ethiopian Airlines has been actively exploring partnerships and joint ventures, which present significant opportunities for growth and market expansion. One of the notable examples is the airline's involvement in launching Zambia's national carrier. By partnering with other African nations to establish or revitalize their national carriers, Ethiopian Airlines can expand its influence and create new revenue streams. These partnerships are strategic because they allow Ethiopian Airlines to enter new markets with reduced risk. For example, by co-owning or managing other airlines, Ethiopian Airlines can tap into new customer bases, share operational costs, and benefit from the synergies created by shared services and resources. These ventures help strengthen Ethiopian Airlines' brand presence across Africa, reinforcing its leadership position on the continent. This approach aligns with the airline's broader strategy of being a Pan-African carrier. Ethiopian Airlines operates in an increasingly competitive landscape, facing both regional and global competitors. In Africa, other airlines are rapidly expanding their operations, aiming to capture a larger share of the growing African aviation market. For instance, carriers like Kenya Airways, South African Airways, and Egypt Air are all aiming for dominance on the continent. Global airlines are also intensifying their presence in Africa, drawn by the continent's economic growth and the potential for increased air travel. Major international players such as Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Turkish Airlines have been expanding their route networks in Africa, offering competitive pricing, superior service, and extensive global connections. As of 2022, Ethiopian Airlines had a market share of around 20% in Africa. However, with other airlines aggressively targeting the same routes and customer segments, maintaining this market share will become increasingly challenging. Ethiopian Airlines is highly exposed to the economic and political instability prevalent in many African countries. Even the airline's home country has experienced significant political challenges, including internal conflicts. These conflicts have the potential to disrupt airline operations, either through direct impacts such as airspace closures or indirect effects like reduced travel demand due to safety concerns. This threat is further compounded by the airline's reliance on routes within Africa, a continent where economic and political conditions can be unpredictable. If a major economy in the region experiences a downturn or political unrest, Ethiopian Airlines could see a significant drop in passenger numbers and cargo volumes on that route. Like all airlines, Ethiopian Airlines is vulnerable to the broader global economic environment. Economic downturns, whether regional or global, can have a significant impact on the airline's operations and profitability. In the 2021 fiscal year, Ethiopian Airlines, like many others, saw a significant drop in passenger numbers. Although the airline managed to pivot towards cargo operations to offset some of the losses, this was not a long-term solution. As the world gradually recovers, there remains the threat of future economic downturns, which could again lead to reduced demand for both passenger and cargo services. Ethiopian Airlines has firmly established itself as a dominant force in both the African and global aviation sectors. On the African stage, it is unparalleled, leading the continent in connectivity, fleet size, and operational excellence. Globally, Ethiopian Airlines has demonstrated that an African carrier can compete with the best, maintaining a robust international presence and earning recognition for its innovation and service quality. However, to maintain and further strengthen this position, Ethiopian Airlines must continue to leverage its strengths, address its weaknesses, seize emerging opportunities, and mitigate the threats it faces.